Hi, everyone. I'm Diana, and I'm sitting here with former police officer Sean Shapiro and managing partner of Diamond & Diamond lawyer Sandra Ziskind. And today we're discussing trauma season.
People seem to think that it's all about the winter when you get those crashes because they're fender benders and everyone's in them. But the serious stuff happens in the summer.
It always does. So I know from our point of view, that's when we're busiest with the very serious cases, serious fatalities, serious injuries. Even Sunnybrook has a big sign out front saying it's our trauma season. Don't end up in our ER. Yes. It's really bad because I think, and Sean, you can jump in here, but I think during the winter time, people instinctively go slower. So if they're sliding into each other, it's usually at slower speeds.
100%. You've got slippery conditions in people's minds. They don't plan on speeding because they know that it's going to have that risk. It's a high risk to collision, but they think that's when it's dangerous.
Yeah, you got the motorcycles out, you got the scooters out, you got the cyclists out.
Come summertime,
out. Yeah, everybody's
out. Sticky weather. It's where you're sweaty and sticky, but the roads are sticky because they're hot and the rubber sticks, and people think they're invincible. So high speed stuff, no snow on the ground. So that's when people really push the limits and find out they're not as safe and secure at their abilities as they thought.
And
they were.
even the light in your eyes, like the sun in your eyes, because now it's like a later sunset when you're driving home. All of these things are factors. Also, I think it's this invincibility because we're Canadian, and all of a sudden we get out of, especially this winter, out of this winter, where we're like, yes, we can do open toe shoes, woohoo! And now it's like, now we can drive, we can put the tops down on the convertibles, the motorcycles come out, and all of a sudden we're carefree and easy, and then we start going crazy speeds, really high speeds, and start smashing into people.
I know with the cottage driving, especially, like when you're driving up north, there's a lot of people going up north, so there's a lot of congestion on the roads. There's that too, and then you have the motorcyclists, that the ones that will split the lanes and do all that stuff. And then one of the big things for me was those what I want to talk to you about was those one-way roads, the ones that are just one lane going west, or do you know what I'm talking about?
Like the highway. She's saying like
Divided
the highway roads.
Divided highways. Yes, it's just one way, and then like there's the opportunity to overtake in the summertime or
like the country roads.
So you got 2-lane roads. It's one lane in either direction.
There's no passing, so you overtake in the opposite direction.
A lot of people take some pretty interesting risks in those because there's no room for failure. If somebody zigs when they should have zagged, everyone's in the ditch, and ditches, oddly enough, aren't comfortable to crash into.
It's shocking.
It's amazing.
Shocking. You heard it here first, people.
Yes, in case you ever wondered, we do a lot of dumb stuff when we think we're safe or when we think we're invincible, and that summer vibe gives people a whole new feeling of freedom, and sadly it ends in tragedy all too often.
It really is triggered by the weather, I think, for the most part, especially we're pretty busy here,
Well, this is our busiest season. I always tell the lawyers and the paralegals, and they know, and it's weird, it will come in spurts, right? So sometimes after a long weekend, I see it. Sometimes, and the better the weather, the worse the collisions. So now we've sort of had medium weather, so it hasn't really come out in full-fledged yet. I know. Where is summer? That is the question. I've decided to dress as if it's summer. I don't care anymore. But it's definitely not here. And like last year, I remember it came late for some reason. It was August. All of August, we were in and out of every hospital in Ontario. It was crazy. So it definitely comes every summer without fail. In the wintertime, we get busy with the slip and falls, with like the serious injuries usually come from slipping and falling, that sort of thing. It's not to say we don't have serious collisions in the winter, we do.
Of course.
But on average, definitely the summer is the worst.
And people think it's all highway collisions. Steeles Avenue in Toronto tends to be one of the busiest in terms of crash locations.
Congested too.
Yes.
Well, we're not getting high-speed crashes when it's congested, but when it's open in the middle of the night, people use it like a racetrack. Lakeshore, which is a racetrack during the Honda Indy, it's that open road, and people take advantage of it thinking that it's safe, and it ends up, upside-down cars and fatalities. And, feel safe, roll the windows down so the wind makes you feel like you're going faster, and slow the heck down.
What do you think our problem is? Because I feel like people, like Florida, let's say, they're used to this weather, right? Like, or do you think it's the same? Like we have.
I think it's just you come come out of the winter and everybody wants, it's like when we got out of COVID and everyone just wanted to go into a restaurant. You know, it's like we're finally free and now we can speed around. And this is what happens inevitably every single year.
And they're trying to squeeze as much fun out of that short time that we have that's
Correct.
livable and enjoyable,
Right.
and that they just push it a little too hard.
Right. And you have people like not only on the roads, and you have the people that are on the boats, and you have
Correct.
the people that are on the, what are they called?
It's everything.
Ski-doos.
It's
Ski-doos?
everything. It's the
Ski-doos.
ATVing, it's the ski doing, it's bicycling without a helmet, it's motorcycling when you're weaving. It's all of these things that people do, and you're sitting there looking at them. And I know even yesterday I was watching a bunch of motorcyclists weave in and out of the cars, and I'm looking at them going, why?
Right.
Why?